Hello friends, happy Tuesday. I wanted to share, I'm just getting a bowl, so hang with me. I wanted to share with you guys, for those of you that have grown up in an environment where your parents or your primary caregiver did not regulate your emotions. So for example, let's say that you tripped and you fell and you were crying. What a parent should do, fuck shoulds, but also I'm just trying to explain this. What a parent would do if they were trying to help their child learn to regulate their nervous system and be able to self-regulate is they would run over to the child and they would console the child and help the child and ask the child what it's feeling and let's get a band-aid and you're also going to be okay. So it's allowing the child to feel validated in the fact that they tripped and fell and they are hurt, but also feeling safe and knowing that they are going to be healed by the parent, if that makes sense. Then of course the child feels like it is safe and its nervous system is able to regulate and calm down because the parent has made the child feel safe. Now, for a lot of us, what happens though is that we grow up in a childhood where our parents don't know how to regulate their emotions. And so as a result, we then don't learn how to regulate our emotions. So for example, it would be that the child trips and falls. So you trip and fall and the mum starts crying and the mum is hyperventilating and stressing out and freaking out and not providing that sense of you are going to be okay to the child, right? The other extreme could also be that the parent runs in and is like, oh my God, stop crying, you're fine, get up, you're fine. And invalidating the child's emotions. So even though the child's really hurt, it learns that in order to, and there's going to be other circumstances adding to this, that in order to get mum's love and in order to not piss mum off, for example, I need to shove down my feelings. We flipped around. Then what can happen as an adult is that in situations, say in your relationship or with your job or even with yourself, when you're feeling a certain way or when somebody else is feeling a certain way, you either gaslight yourself or you gaslight the other person. So you basically do not, well, that's a moody picture. We have a frame TV and a really dark one's come up. So random. I don't know how that's changed. And so as a result, you do not validate yourself. You lose your sense of self-trust. You lose your sense of self-safety because you aren't able to make yourself feel safe, and other people probably in your life don't know how to make you feel safe either because you're probably hanging around and attracting people that don't know how to make yourself feel safe because that's your normal. And obviously this is one example. There are a million ways that this can show up, but the bottom line is if you've grown up without that sense of deep safety, it is going to cause a dysregulation in your adulthood with your nervous system. So if this is something that you really want to work on, I would highly suggest joining Queen Alchemy or doing my immersion in person, whichever one suits you better. My fucking baby hair is always just sticking up. In Queen Alchemy and also in the immersion, there is a lot of nervous system work that we do, and I have developed some fucking incredible nervous system recalibration, rewiring, and expansion modalities that really help you to regulate yourself, to be able to regulate yourself in moments. I'm not going to go into it too much, but they are just one of my favorite things. I use them all the time. I would say across the board, the most commonly said favorite modality is my nervous system modalities. So whether you join Queen Alchemy or whether you come to the immersion, they're both really great for learning to create self-safety in your body